dish. Tell me who got a flow like God.
Yo, why they got us cutting up?
Cutting up.
We back in this thing again. You know what I'm saying? We back in the studio. I'm here with some beautiful, lovely people. Of course, you already know who it is. As a good Fat Mac would say, you already know the vibe. You know the vibe. You've been rocking with us all this time. You already know how we do. You know we come to cut up and fuck shit up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so thank you for watching at home. If you're watching us at home, or if you're watching us on YouTube, or if you're listening to us via podcast, we thank you and we enjoy having you as part of our Cutting Up family. You know what I mean? Of course, I'm going to do my 1-2, go around the table. You know, I got a slide. That moan you just heard was a sip of water from the lovely lady SDOT Lee.
That was a moan.
How you feeling? Good moaning.
Good moaning.
Moaning.
That was a moan.
I know, shit. Pass me some of that water.
My throat.
You know what I mean?
But it did taste super good.
Yeah, it did.
That Puerto Rican water.
Yeah. Boricua.
Don't start. We'll be back. I don't want nobody watching this.
What's good, SDOT? How you feeling?
Listen, I'm feeling so good. It's good to be here with you guys. Everybody looking all good and stuff.
Yeah, man. You look good.
Thank
look good.
you.
You shed a few pounds. What's going on?
Yo,
Your face
listen,
all
good
slim.
job. Thank you.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
on
It ain't
it.
like you was
I'm on
big,
it.
but you know.
Dang, I'm trying, so that makes me feel good.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
tightening up everything, you know.
Tighten up everything. You know what I'm saying?
Tightening up.
Yeah,
you
Epsom
know,
salt.
health is wealth.
Epsom salt.
Yo,
I need
listen,
some Epsom salt.
somebody just made a joke about that. It was like, you heard about the Epsom salt? Like, if you drink it, you're supposed to just cleanse you out.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, I've heard people
I was like,
talk
do
about
not.
it. They will,
I'm
but
good.
I
They
ain't
said
with
the
it.
old head was like, all you got to do is put some Epsom salt. And I was like, don't try that, yo.
No, I was trying to help the ladies out. Like, you
Coronavirus,
wipe with Epsom salt and keep it tight. You know what I'm saying? Everything. You know what I mean? So
Good to know.
I ain't never heard about that either.
About 50,000 women just went.
Sound like some yeast
White
infections to me.
Epsom salt.
and aloe vera.
Epsom salt and aloe vera. And then you hang an egg over your door.
But
I
moving
wouldn't
forward,
recommend
let's get away. SDOT's got a bunch of raunchy jokes today, so we're gonna move on to the good brother Robert Covington, extraordinaire in the building. What's good, player?
I'm chilling, G. Like my little homie always says, I'm just out here, bro.
You just out here?
I'm just out here.
Actually, you in here.
Which is
In
out
here,
here,
cool.
bro. This shit just out here,
He
bro.
said, I'm out and in here.
Touche, my G.
You feeling good? Week going good?
Magnificent, my dude. Like I said, I'm just out here. It's wonderful.
You smoke weed today?
A little bit.
Oh, okay.
I can never tell when you do, though.
Yeah, no. Not
Like,
much
you'll
different.
never really, yeah.
Yo,
it's the
you can
same.
seriously, like my roommates, they'll tell you, bro, I don't change, bro.
Yeah.
It's just kind of here.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, just like a bunch of kids do. We got to slide over to the Fat Mac.
Fat Mac.
You know what I'm saying?
crazy.
The Fat Mac. You know the vibe.
I just got nervous for some
Tropical
reason.
popper.
I don't know why.
That's weird.
Maybe like my anxiety just flared up when he started coming over and it was like,
I
don't know why that did that. It was like,
But how you telling people how you doing, man?
oh, I'm
Besides your
good.
anxiety?
I'm good, man. I'm in here like shampoo. Y'all know the
Yeah.
vibes.
Okay,
Fat Mac in the
okay.
building, man.
Yo, I like that. I'm using it.
I'm in here like shampoo.
I'm gonna say I'm holding it
Yo,
down like
like-
conditioner.
Right, he was holding that all week, wasn't
Yeah,
you?
we
You
got
was like,
it.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
kill him
use
with
this on
this.
Wednesday.
They about to die.
Yeah, that's dope.
I heard somebody said something like that. I was watching something on YouTube and the dude, oh God, I can't remember what he said, but it was something like that.
He
Where I
said
was
something
like,
like-
yo, something about he's oh my God, what did he say? He said I'm up like a it was something to the effect of like I'm up like a first grader doing story time. Or something like some shit like that.
I like it.
Right.
It would come from the OGs. The OGs be saying it.
Nah.
Stuff.
The OG, the best one ever was this. The OG, he used to always say, "How you doing, bro?" He'd be like, "I'm consistent." Damn.
I remember you telling me that.
Consistent.
Yeah.
I'm consistent.
I don't
son.
like it.
I love
It gotta
it.
be, it gotta
I like
be
when people
special. It
say-
gotta add some flavor to it.
Yeah.
But it's deep.
I heard all heads say.
It's
I hate
deep.
old
I'm
heads say.
consistent.
What he say?
Elder say, how you doing? Better than good.
Better than good.
And I
A
like,
little
and he
bit
said
better
it so
than
fly.
good.
He was like, better than good.
A little bit
Better
better
than
than
I'm
good.
like, okay, I like that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel it.
Better
I
than
feel
good.
it.
A little
Man.
bit better than good.
So what's the vibes, Dom? How you feeling today, man?
I'm good, man. I'm feeling bright red, dog.
Yeah, you look like
golden.
it.
Yeah.
I know who they gonna call gold this week.
Big red.
Dog said, I'm gonna get the jokes out for you niggas try me.
Yeah, he did. God.
Don't try to cut it. Yeah, I know that's what you about to say against me.
Y'all had jokes on me? That's messed
No,
up.
I'm
Yeah.
just
I didn't know I had to go in defensive.
He had 6 when we got
Oh,
here.
let me go on
Like, he
the
rolled
attack
down.
then.
Nah, no,
The best way around it was.
Don't get him.
Yeah, to start dropping bombs.
Tell him about the gun line, boss. Tell him about the gun line.
Head Camp 8. We ain't got no fences. We got what you call this here gun line. Cross that line. Shot in the ass.
Oh, man.
Foul the Bob.
You run afoul of me. But no, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just
I like how calm that was. Just
Yeah, the transition.
yeah, man. I'm doing good, man. Just rocking and rolling, and you know, by the time this comes out, like I'm doing a new show. You and I talked about.
Yeah,
Hightown.
I'm excited. I'm excited for this dude like
that's
it's
what's
me
up, man.
about to actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's fire to me.
It is dope.
So it's a really dope show. I just started watching it, and like I said, by the time this episode comes out,
Yeah.
probably season 2 with me in it. So make sure you're watching Hightown. Catch up
Hightown.
on
Yes,
season
sir.
1. You know what I mean? And then by this time, season 2 will probably be getting already started.
Oh, I got the 8 last
So-
night, too.
Oh, it's getting crazy, right?
word?
Yo,
I
your
can't
boy.
wait.
You see
Who,
where they dropped your boy
Who, which one?
in the show?
I didn't know they was going to do that.
I was like, yo,
I thought
the
he would have
OD.
continued.
The OD,
I thought he would have continued. When I seen him in the
Yeah.
bathroom, I was like, get the fuck out.
Right, I was like, he's gonna get up. He's
Yeah,
gonna get-
I
but his
thought-
eyes was open. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
no,
he's
he was
done.
dead. He was dead. Yeah, he
I
was
was like,
Gotta
done,
catch
man.
up.
Damn, yeah, y'all gotta watch that.
He didn't
man.
leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
gave him that pass. He was like, get on the bus and go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you could kind of feel it. Am I telling too much? I'm good, right?
Yeah, you good.
All right, cool.
That's
I'll
season
show
1.
everybody.
It's out. It's been
Yeah,
out.
So
yeah.
wait, can you tell everybody where to watch it at?
What's
On
it on
Stars.
Stars? So watch it
Yeah.
on
Stars.
Stars
Okay.
app. Yeah.
Okay.
Stars.
Hightown.
Stars. Shout out to Stars, man.
Hightown on
Hightown,
Stars.
Stars.
Cool.
Stars
That
is dropping a
shows.
lot of shows that our community can relate to, and
Yeah.
then a lot of shows like Hightown is highly diverse.
Yeah.
See, that's
I mean, you
dope.
got some of every kind of person,
Everything.
gay,
Really?
straight,
I'm glad
Yeah.
it's
black,
changing,
white,
bro. Yeah.
Hispanic, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
It's
everything.
very diverse show.
Yeah, so shout
And
out
I
to
would have
Stars.
never thought I would start liking something like that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Honestly, didn't
Alright,
think you would like
check
it
it
either.
out.
bro, I'm telling
Till
you.
you hit me back, you was like, yo, because the first thing like, he texted me, he was like, yo, I'm about to watch this bullshit. Check this bullshit out. And then, like, I think it was like an hour and a half later, like, yo, Dom, I'm hooked.
That's
It's a
good.
really
That's
good
what made me
show.
start watching it.
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
a
So
well,
really
did you
good
binge
show.
it?
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
No, I did. I did. The first day I binged it, but I feel like I need to step away from a show for a minute to come back fresh. So
Yeah.
I took like a week off and I just started watching it again when he started
Nice.
talking about it. I'm like, this goddamn show is good.
Okay.
Like,
Word. Damn right.
definitely give it a watch. That
Nice.
show is
I'ma
is
check it
fire.
out.
I got a fun character, so.
I can't wait to
I
see
get
his
to-
I
character.
can't wait to.
I'm the pitch hitter, the dude they bring in. Not just me, Luis Guzman also, but
Oh shit.
like I think
Nice.
from looking at what
Hello,
I've seen thus far as the
Luis
script, I think the two of us have brought in to really kind of turn things up another notch.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not that it's bad, but just
Take it in a different
introducing some,
direction.
yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
introducing some new spices. You know what I mean? Because his character, you're gonna see it when you watch part 2.
Then I-
Get notes from off screen.
Yeah. Then I heard
what did it
that
say?
y'all gonna have a lot more action in this season.
Yeah, it
'Cause
seems like.
yeah, your season, because this one was kind of like settled.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing too crazy going on or whatever. But the next joint, but when the dude and chopped the head up, man, did you see that yet?
The the
You
dude
shot
that
the
OD'd.
dude in the head. No,
Oh, so
before
it's like
that.
some gory stuff too?
Right, but the
Yeah,
one that
sound
OD'd
like-
and he had to
That's
cut
good.
the hands off.
Sound
and
like
the head
Quentin
and all that
Tarantino.
shit.
Yeah,
when they was
but-
bearing
Right.
up-
Yeah,
bearing up
Love
boy.
you, Quentin.
That shit
Yeah.
How they showed it, yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, yo, that's
I didn't think
gritty.
they
Listen.
could do that.
Yeah.
You lucky Wave ain't see that, yo. You just did.
Yeah.
Just did that the way
You
you
like
be
how I
like,
threw that out there,
"Hi,
right?
Auntie."
Yeah, nah, I threw that out there real quick,
Yo,
bruh.
you missed it. Y'all talking about Quentin? He was like, "Hi, Quentin." I swear.
Hold up. Time to
Who the hell is
Yo,
No, the
I
hell, like
swear.
Quentin Tarantino. We having a whole
Please.
nother conversation.
Tarantino.
I was like, it sound like
Please
the
bring it
story
back
sound
and
like some
pause it
Quentin
so you can see him
Tarantino
like,
stuff.
"Hi,
Oh.
Quentin."
Nah, I just hit you that.
Yo,
Said that.
Oh,
Yo,
shit,
you
that was
gotta love
awesome.
Rob.
I
man.
damn sure did.
Every day I wait on a moment, and that was my moment.
Dead ass.
Yo, that was it.
What you
yeah,
make sure
but
you
no,
see it.
but on another note though,
Yeah.
you know, Wave's got a really cool a project coming up.
I was coming up
I didn't
with.
even know what's happening.
What you got, Papa?
I'm gonna be on a show called Young Rock. It's gonna be telling about the life of The Rock when he was a kid.
Really?
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I gotta fly out to Australia to do that. Probably by the
Oh,
time.
the boy going to Australia. You know what I'm saying?
You going to Australia? You going to Puerto Rico? This is crazy.
I didn't. It was two different things.
Yeah.
people.
It was two different things. It was,
Oh, that's so dope.
Yeah.
Dude, going like how like that when he first told me
Oh,
that.
I'm so excited.
I was like I was so hyped for him that I missed
Yes.
the whole what the show is about.
Yeah.
It wasn't until the other day we were
Right.
talking. I was like, "What you mean, Young Rock?"
So
I
what you
thought
said.
he was. What he said something about Young Rock, and I was like, "What'd he do?" And I was like, "Why? What's the issue?" He was like, "Nah, man. You know, I'm like Young. I'm thinking it's an artist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always a
Right,
rapper. I
I
thought
thought
it was a rapper.
or something. Like,
Yeah.
Young
I'm
Rock.
like, what's going on?
Right.
Yeah, I was
Yo,
like,
that's a good look, bro.
Man, I appreciate
I'm
it.
so congratulations.
Thank
but
you so
from
much. I
but
appreciate
from coming from, and you know, I hate to keep bringing up your past, but I mean, you put it out there publicly, but it's just dope to me. I've witnessed these kinds of things in different people in different ways and at different time frames. But I remember sitting with this dude when we were just starting to get to know each other, when we starting on Unsolved and whatnot, and just
Right.
talking about our backgrounds and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember him telling me like, "Yo, it's crazy as shit. Like before this, I was in front of the stadium selling waters.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just hustling, trying
Right.
to, you know, in a positive
Yeah,
hustle.
yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You know what I mean? He could have
Yeah.
went a lot of different ways. He was like, I'm gonna go sell some water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what's up, bro.
I
And
appreciate it.
hustling
Super
that
dope.
to
Super dope.
his talent taking him to Australia, somewhere he's never been. And this is a key thing that goes back to your talent
Yeah.
will open
Ooh,
doors for you
say
that.
and
Open
take
up
you
doors for
places you could have
Gifts shall
never
make room
imagined.
for what he
Yeah.
said?
Gifts
A man's
shall
gift
make
shall make room
Like
for
before-
you. Put
yeah,
you in front
exactly.
of great people.
Yes,
Before you got word that you was doing the show, when was the last time you thought about I'm gonna go to Australia one day?
Shit, I never thought.
Exactly.
I never thought.
That's
about
crazy
it
as
like
hell,
that.
bro.
But
Exactly.
but I'm saying like the joint flew me to Hawaii too. I went to Hawaii to film Magnum PI. And when I got there, I said, "Yo, I'm in Hawaii."
Yo,
Right.
Yo, that's
y'all
crazy
y'all
as
didn't
hell.
know him when
Crazy
he
to
was
me.
doing that,
Yeah.
but I did.
We heard that's where the tropical pop came
Holler
from.
ring. Oh yeah,
That's
it was
dope,
born.
though.
Yeah.
It
That's
was
dope.
born there.
Right.
This dude, I mean, whole shit that switched up. He laid back in his tropical shirt, pictures of Hawaiians.
should.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
right.
I'm tropical papa now.
As you should.
That's what Tropical Pop was born. Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
we should have seen this dude on the beach, and like I could only imagine because. And that was another time I was really excited for him because I could only imagine how selling waters in front of the stadium in New York. You're not thinking
No.
I'm gonna not only am
I'ma
I
be in
gonna go to
Hawaii, I'm
Hawaii
being-
one
yeah,
day,
yeah.
but I'm being flown out there
Mm-hmm.
to work.
You missed that.
It took me a
You
second.
should. I know you felt that though. You felt that, didn't you? You felt it though. Yeah, you felt it
It's
though.
an inside joke,
It took me
inside
a
thing.
second. I was like, I had to angle my body or whatever.
Yeah.
I've been super light on SDOT the last few episodes.
man.
Yeah.
You
You know,
have
it's
been.
time to turn
Nah,
the back
nah,
up a
nah,
little
I'm
bit.
There you go. Light
You
him
know,
up.
and
light him
a
up.
friend, in a friendly way. You know what I mean? You know,
Man.
but no, I mean, just thinking about that, like when you watching, it's different when your dreams are coming true. But when you step back and you see somebody else's dreams happening on a major
So
level,
powerful.
and you're witnessing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
That's
not only and that the dream part ain't the main part. The part of, because I went through this when I started out. I had my dream, and then all this other stuff comes from your work and your talent, and you like, shit, I didn't even have that on the
Yeah.
board. You know what I mean? So I can only imagine these things happening for you. That was like,
Open.
I wanted to go places, but I didn't even
Yeah.
have this in my thoughts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So how you feel going to Australia, bro?
Man, that's
Going
crazy.
down to the down under.
Why does everybody say that? And I don't know what it means. They like, oh, you going down under? Like, what?
No,
does
that's what
that
they call
mean?
Australia, the down
I didn't
under.
know that.
Yeah.
Is that some crocodile?
Yeah.
Was it crocodile
Crocodile
Dundee?
Dundee.
Oh man, I
rest
mean,
in
I don't
peace.
know what the down under really means, but
Yo,
you gonna
crazy. Your eyes
find
got
you
all
gonna find
big.
out before we do.
Yo,
That's so dope.
you know they already on tomorrow right now.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Like,
Oh, so
yeah.
they're a day ahead.
They're a day ahead.
That's
Wow.
why they
And-
call it the down under.
Yeah, and by the time I
down
get there, they said it's
under.
gonna be hot. Like it's their summer type.
Yeah.
yeah. Our
That's what I
winter,
heard.
yeah, our winters are summer over there, and
Yeah.
they're in Africa and that side. Yeah,
I didn't know that. So when you went to Africa, because it was cold over here when you went.
yeah. No,
So-
it was getting cold. Yeah,
Nah.
they were in their coming out of their rainy season, going into
Okay.
summer.
Yeah. Man, I'm excited. I can't wait, man. I really can't.
I'm excited for you, man. I can't wait to see you up there.
Congratulations, bro.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Listen, for
he
real.
gonna come back Aussie Papa.
You know I'm gonna switch something.
I'm so
Something's gonna be
excited.
birth.
Can't wait to see him with running from kangaroos and
Oh
shit.
man.
It's a picture like this.
Nah, but you know
Like,
it's
I was
strict.
trying to take a picture and I got scared.
It's strict. I gotta quarantine. I can't leave the hotel room for 14 days.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah.
You coming
so-
from America, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And they tried to make me they wanted me to come in like December 26th. But I was
Oh,
like,
New
yeah,
Year's and
that's
all
a
that.
meeting.
yeah, and then you don't I don't get on till like I think the 11th or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
nah, that's OD. So my
Right.
manager pushed it back and got me like a different date to go out there. So it's gonna be dope. It's gonna
Okay,
be cool.
good.
That's
Yeah.
dope. How long you gonna be there? Do you know?
I don't know yet. Nah, I don't know.
Because I'm assuming they ain't gonna be flying your ass back and forth.
Yeah,
They're gonna
nah.
keep you
No,
out
they're
there.
not doing
Yeah, they're
that.
going to have you there.
Yeah.
How long is that
You're
flight?
gonna love it, though. You'll love it.
Is
You
it
been-
like
you been?
24-hour flight? Or some shit?
Australia. Yeah, it's a long. It's a long.
It's a
Brunson,
long
my
ass flight.
homie Brunson, he went for a fight. I think.
It's a long.
What was
Think about
Fuck,
17
what was
hours.
it?
The one that was
Brunson, the
here?
one that was-
I figured that's what you're talking about. I knew.
we were
I knew
over there in
that.
the corner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew.
right.
I knew. I knew who they was talking about.
Yeah, we all just sat in the corner.
Nobody
like-
puts baby in the corner.
Not baby. Man,
But anyway, you know what I
dope.
mean. I just wanted to shout that out.
Man,
I'll
hell
talk about some of
yeah.
the things we got going. The important thing about our show is, we're all doing like different things. We come together to do this show not because we have to or because we didn't have nothing else going on. And that's not no shade to anybody else out there that path is what led them to where doing
Yeah.
something like this. But in our case, what makes our show special is we're all still in our grind and we're still
Right.
on our paths.
Yeah.
And we wanted to come do some cool shit. That's why we're
With each other.
uncensored,
Want to be
we're
Yeah.
unhinged, and we can say and do what we want because we're not beholden to anybody. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Facts.
This is what we're at where we want to be at. Same like y'all watching this, man. Thank you.
yeah.
Could have been anywhere in the world, but,
But you
you know,
share with
Yeah.
us.
And we
you ain't had nothing else to do,
appreciate
so here you are. You know,
Man.
but no, shout out to all the people that definitely are sending in comments, texting, putting it on social media. More and more people are watching. And,
Yes.
people are really digging it.
Yeah.
Thank
It looks
you.
good,
Whitney
man.
Houston cousin got on the other day.
Yeah, we
Hey,
had one.
shout out
You
to
know what I mean?
Mejia.
Shout out to him and Nipple.
Okay, Mejia. That's his
Mejia.
Oh,
name.
you just shout his name out. I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
let it
because
ride.
you know why? No, I gotta shout him out because he really goes hard. So like when
Dead
it's
ass.
somebody that's really supporting, you know what I'm saying? And he's like talking about the question, so he's letting us know that he's really watching.
Yeah.
He was
I
I
breaking
love
it
that.
down on it.
Yeah.
I love that
Yo,
because
that's
breaking it down.
dope.
it's not just people getting on there trying to be seen, but people who are actually watching
Yes,
and
true
taking things from
supporters,
the
yo.
show.
And that's the one that was like, oh, I always sing the theme song.
That's dude.
That's him.
Oh wow. Yeah. He said
Yeah.
he can't wait
Oh,
for the
people
theme
love
song
He
to
be
come
on
out.
song,
everything.
yeah.
He be on
That's so crazy.
Facebook, IG, and
Yeah.
YouTube.
Man.
Yeah, listen, we put the promo of the thing. He was like, yo, whenever I hear, why they got us cut up? And then he came and
Yeah.
commented. You know what I'm saying? So he was
Damn
feeling, he was
right.
like,
That's
oh,
what's
that was him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You know, every time I hear that song, the first thing I think about
What?
the video.
Stop dancing. Yo, we gotta get a
Clip of her
gift
just
made.
dancing.
We gotta get a gift made so we can text it.
I
and
got
shit.
Right.
something to tell y'all, right? So, yeah, Rob knows this about me. I have these moments where I like, if I really care about somebody, I'll be like, damn, I hope that they may not. And it could be like a month later, and I'll be like, let me just call and have a moment. So I hit up Wavyy. I'm like, hey, can you talk?
Sound
He's
about
like,
right.
yeah, right?
yeah,
I
sure,
called him
sure.
up. He's like, what's up, SDOT? I'm like, Wave, I just want to tell you, like, I ain't mean nothing with the video thing. Like, I really loved it. I really respect your artistry.
thought it
He
was
was
so
like,
br-
yo, he was
I
like,
don't know why.
quiet for a second. He was like, yo, I knew it was going to be about me. He's like, yo, I swear.
She reached out to me. I
He was
said,
like,
it's
this
about
shit gotta
this
be about
video.
this
Of course,
goddamn
it's about the
video.
video, yo.
I had the whole spiel. Like, I wasn't thinking through it before. I was like, let me just speak from my heart. So I'm going in. I'm like, because I really care. Like, when I ain't care, I really rock with you. So I'm saying all this stuff. As soon as I'm done, he's like, yo, I had a feeling it was going to be about the
You like I said all of that.
so
just
Yeah.
knew
Yeah,
it.
all
I
you
It
gotta
knew
was
it.
so funny, yo.
I
Like
knew
I see
it.
SDOT Alex. She got a picture of that one scene, and she's on her wall, and she just had home throwing darts, doing goddamn dancing,
No.
all up in the videos,
All up in the
dancing.
video.
Yo, okay, that was one of the best moments ever, though, right there.
All up in the
If y'all get that reference, that was dope. Because he got the red shirt on, too.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, yo, that reference was perfect.
No, but I did.
Oh,
I
man.
appreciated the call. I didn't feel no type way about it, but I definitely appreciate somebody call. I
And,
appreciate
like,
it.
I was
You know,
laughing for a
if
good
something-
3 weeks off that
If
shit.
something's on your like spirit,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, then life is short. So I'm like, if I'm thinking it,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put anything to the side.
It
You know what I'm
makes
saying?
sense. It makes sense.
Like,
but-
really?
But I knew it. Like as soon as you called me, I'm like, it's about to be about this video. Because I don't know why, but every time I hear the song, every time I see the video or somebody repost it,
That's gonna be a thing.
all I can think about.
That's
I'm like,
so funny,
because
yo.
I don't repost it no more
That is
because
so-
of it.
Oh, really?
I promise you, I
Oh,
don't
no,
repost.
don't
I don't
do that.
like.
Post
I don't
it.
know why.
Nah, you
I don't
gotta
know why.
post it.
Oh.
But
Change it,
wait,
bruh.
do you feel
Yeah.
better now that we've had that
I
conversation?
still probably won't post it.
Really?
Yeah, and I feel bad
Oh,
about that, but I won't. Like,
damn.
Yeah, but let me clarify.
So are you
I
saying
like
you
it.
can't really
You do know
fully
that, right?
enjoy
I
your
don't
video?
enjoy it like
Don't
that.
feed into his bullshit.
Nah, I
don't
really-
feed.
Oh,
Wait,
you
don't
messed
feed
it
into
up.
his
I
bullshit.
don't.
All that hard work, man.
Yeah.
All that good energy, right?
Like this shit, it don't just magically come together. You know what I mean?
Right,
It's a lot of
yeah.
hard
Because
work.
it was so
Look what you
cohesive
did,
the way
Let's talk
everybody
about the
came
fire
together.
girl.
And it felt so
Let's post
good.
those videos.
The fire girl, right?
Fire
She
girl.
killed that.
yeah,
Shout out
you know.
to I forgot her
Fire
name.
girl.
Shout out to
Bree.
Fire
Shout
Girl.
out to Bree.
Shout
yeah.
out to Bree.
She's pretty. She's a pretty girl.
But no,
Yeah, she
no,
is.
so I love it. You know what's funny is how like the universe works. Watch my words. Watch. SDOT is gonna get some major ass opportunity, and they're gonna be like, "This is a big move. You gonna be next to J-Lo. You gonna be next to such." And she was like, "Oh my God, like yeah, we want you for that.
We got you because of the dance.
Can you dance?"
Oh man.
We got you because of the dancing in that music
Aquí
video.
don't get up to that.
We not removing
Keto
that.
Keto Taco.
Okay, we not
We
removing
keeping
that.
that.
Keto Keto Taco. Okay.
Learn from I watched White Chicks last night. Yo, I rewind that part with
wow.
Marlon when they're the Puerto Rican dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, bruh.
I think I watched that shit like 12
That
times.
show is hilarious. Hilarious,
Yo, you was
man.
just
They
getting
come in and tell me. I said no say.
Marlon,
that
Yeah,
shit.
funny,
Yo,
man.
Marlon Wayne,
He's
shout out to Marlon
naturally
Wayne.
Shout
like
out.
that. Like I went
Yo.
to go watch them the show Marlon on, I forgot what it was on or whatever, but we went and watched one of the tapings. And just the
Yo.
way he improvises each and every
Yeah.
time.
The
'Cause
energy
they,
he
they
puts
do the
into
same
it.
thing.
Effortlessly
You know,
just-
like when you film, you got to do it a couple
Yeah.
times.
Right.
So he improvised new things every time. I'm like, damn, I probably would have never thought that quick.
Wow.
Like he was on to something else, and like they trying to hold in their laughs.
Right.
Like he's a really
I don't know how
funny
they do
dude,
it
man.
because he
Yeah.
is fucking
He's
hilarious.
hilarious, man.
And then like when he's doing his bits and
Yeah.
like because I watched the show, I love that show, and he's doing his bits. Marlon is pouring sweat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know when he go on one of his little riffs,
Right.
like,
Yeah, like that.
right.
And he does them long ass riffs.
Yeah.
But the whole thing be hilarious.
Uh-huh.
But he's pouring, and you know when you get on set,
Yeah.
you know they cut and they run
Your
over and
makeup
dab
sweat.
you up,
Yeah.
put you back. And so to see him pouring sweat
That
like
means
that,
they did not cut nothing.
right?
They
You
let
know
it
they're
go.
just
Just let
letting
him go.
him
Let it
go.
go.
Let him
Damn,
go,
that's dope.
Because you know you're gonna get some of the craziest shit you would have never thought of come
Yeah.
out of that dude. Like
They
all
do
the
that
time.
with Will Ferrell on Eddie Murphy too.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, Eddie Murphy. Just let him go, bruh.
Yeah.
Just
It
let
makes
Eddie go.
sense.
Just let Eddie go,
It
bruh.
makes sense, man.
Yeah, no, that dude is. That's where I got the Rhodesian Ridgeback joke.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I think
For
you
Marlon?
said that.
For Marlon, yeah.
I heard
he
that
was
on
going
there.
that long ass
yeah.
riff with
That's
the
funny.
with Breesa's her character's
He always
boyfriend.
went at Breesha, yeah.
And they found him cheating on at the Laker game, and he threw him through that table. But before that, it's like a whole 10-minute riff.
he say that?
That and when I be like, you know, you don't know about the hard times. That's where I got that from
Really?
Marlon.
Okay.
When he's up in dude's face, it's like, oh, you think you hard? You think you hard from the hood? You don't know about the hard times.
Can y'all educate me real quick?
What?
Because, like, when I hear riff, I think singing. Riffs?
But
It's about the
same
same thing,
concept.
just
It's just like going on.
Just
Yeah.
going off.
Same
Yeah.
concept.
Okay,
going
and just
off.
like, okay, and letting it just
Just
go.
more
Yeah.
like in
Being
a,
in your element.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
and
your
That's
element.
dope.
ad-libbing and
That's
just
dope.
consistent
Yeah.
ad-libbing.
That's
and
dope.
yeah.
Go off on their riffs.
Yeah, he's
I like
a
that.
monster with that shit, bro.
Oh, big
Just to be able to just do it.
Black people
That's
are
talent.
He's
Effortlessly
what they don't
dope.
give Marlon enough credit on.
I was gonna ask you that. That was my next question. Yeah.
Because he's so hilarious, and oftentimes like Eddie Murphy, who's never won an Oscar, as much brilliant work as he's done, but because it makes you laugh and it's hilarious, they like that was completely hilarious and brilliant, but we don't consider it as part of the serious stuff. And Marlon is one of those actors who he's. It takes a lot to get to that point on camera where you're 102% free.
Yeah.
Meaning
Robin Williams
you're not afraid to do whatever comes to mind or how people you don't care at all how people are looking at you. You know what I mean?
Dope.
Whether you riffing and doing funny scenes, whether you dancing in the music video, it doesn't matter. Nothing bothers you.
I like how you brought that back around. That was
I
good.
knew it.
I applaud you, actually.
When his voice got low, I said, "Oh, he's about to bomb."
I applaud you, bro. You brought it around full circle and everything. It was like,
he's
damn.
somebody that'll be like, yeah, smack you. You don't even get it. You like, oh shit, what happened?
But no, on a serious note, you know, it's taken me years to get to a point to where, because I was like, I kept feeling like there's a block to my acting. You know, it's my levels. Like I feel like I'm good, and people are like, yo, you a beast. But I know me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know what I can do. And I'm like, I know I have this much more.
You can still push.
But I'm not, you know, I haven't really been given that. You know what I mean? And I was like, you know what? And being around, you've been around actors like Jimmy Simpson, you know what I mean? Wendell Pierce and others who it's evident that they've broken through that part of their psyche that makes you wonder, like you're in a scene, but you're still kind of like, I know I'm gonna look stupid if I make this face, and everybody gonna be watching this. And so that plays in the back of your mind. But to get to the point where it's like a perfect example of a serious actress that does it, Viola Davis in Fences.
Yeah.
When you have little snot pouring down your lips while you're doing that scene, you don't give a shit about what anybody's thinking of you in that moment.
I thought that was
you're
so
living
nasty.
that.
I know.
It was. It was disgusting.
You
know what I mean?
But it's real.
So every time I think of Viola Davis,
Is that what you think
of that
about?
scene. Yeah, it's like
who was it? They did a was it
I think it was
SNL?
Brescia. Oh
Was it
no,
Brescia?
you talking about something else? You talking about
They
something
did
else?
like a comedy, like
a skit of
satire of that. Yeah, and they had the snot just kept
Yeah.
pouring all down her face.
They gonna keep getting that, but she's a great actress.
But
Yeah.
that's as real as it
everything.
gets, because most actors are worried about being cute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh wait, pause. Come get this snot. I can't be seen on the screen with all this snot.
Yeah.
But that happens.
Yeah.
You know what
It's
I mean?
real life. It's
Right.
what would actually happen. It ain't gonna be no cut.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think like that too. Like when I'm at, it be certain things I want to improvise and stuff like that. But they might tell me to turn it down. Like I don't even go to be like, well, let me do it and see what they say. So I've still been on that.
So I gotta ask
What?
you, what? How did you get to that point where you felt that free?
Honestly, what made me really look at it, I knew it was an issue. I didn't really know how to address it. You know what I mean? It wasn't an issue in the forefront of my mind, but working with, we were working on Unsolved, funny enough, and I was working with, I'm trying to remember Anthony's last name. Hemingway, Jesus. Just edit that, guys. No, I'm just kidding. But no, Anthony had a brain blank. Well, Anthony Hemingway was directing the episode, and me and Pooch Hall, it was the scene where Pac just got shot in Vegas.
Oh my God.
And we were, he was out there.
I could go all day about that scene. Like you had to see these brothers in action. Like I felt it. I wanted to cry my damn self. Like I felt it. Like it was
powerful.
Like, and Dom, like, you know what I'm saying? Like at that time I had got to know him a little bit.
Right.
So seeing him go to this element where he's like, I'm gonna let you explain your story. Go ahead, bro.
I love
was really
hearing
dope.
from that side.
Yeah, it was really dope.
You know,
really
but
dope.
we're shooting the scene, and you know, me and Pooch, we did this scene probably about like 8 times. This is Pac gets shot, the cars, you know, when it ran off the road and whatnot, and we're jumping out, running around trying to get Pac out the car, and the doors jam. And so we're sitting there we're shaking the car and yanking on it when it's emotional, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so we knock it out the first, 1 and 2 times. And, you know, me and Pooch, we high five, you know what I mean? Like, you killed that shit. Like, I know you killed that shit, right? We come over there. Anthony's like, no, you guys are doing good. He's like, but you guys are like at a 6 and I need you at a 10. So we're like, damn, that's a long ways away. You know, we're already thinking
like
we're giving you the best we got. You know what I mean? We do it again. Boom. I mean, and there's a crowd. So besides just the crew that's working on it, it's
people
Vegas.
Watching.
Yeah. And it's Pac. You know what I mean? So, and that we shot it at where he got killed, you know. So the crowd is, you know, building up just of onlookers. They're not even with us. And they're watching like, oh, shit. You know, they're clapping, you know, in between takes and shit. And so we, you know, the last time we like, oh, yeah, we killed that. Like, the audience is like, you know, clapping. Not the audience, but, you know, the onlookers and all the crew and everything's like, yo, Wavyy and them guys over there like, yo.
I'm like, yeah.
And we're like, oh, it don't get no better than that. And then Anthony comes over again and he's like, oh, you guys are doing great. He's like, yo, you're like at an 8.
Wow.
And we're like,
so he was pulling it out of y'all.
now, mind you, we done fell. Like, we done tripped, fell on the ground.
Really?
Both of them
all
fell,
this shit. Yeah, Pooch fell on, shout out to Pooch Hall. Pooch fell on one of the takes, wrestling, because we're wrestling with the cops when they run up. And then I laugh at Pooch, and I'm like, yo, you good, bro? Yo, you bust your ass. Then on the next scene, I'm tussling with the other cop and step back, and the sidewalk was broke. So my heel caught. Yeah, man. I was heavy as shit, too.
You had to see it on the screen, though, because you see Dom. Next thing you know, what Dominic?
I busted
you
my
had to
shit.
see it on the screen. The joke was hilarious.
And I was in pain, but I got up and was like, I know we got to finish this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So got up, hop back up. You know, I'm a trooper, and, you know, everybody, you good? You good? Like, I'm straight. Let's run it.
Right.
And so that last time we did it, and Anthony was like, yeah, you're about at an 8. And we were like, what the hell do you want from us?
Man.
And then, so, you know, but that really like sunk in my mind. Like, I felt like it don't get no better than this. I gave you all I got.
Yeah.
And this dude came back and said, you're at an 8. And I was like, so obviously he can see something that I can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know, Anthony tells us, you guys are doing great, phenomenal. We're thinking it's, you know, it's a wrap. And he's like, nah, you guys are at an 8. I still need you at a 10. So I was like, I literally, when he said that, I literally was like, oh, shit. That's it, bro. That was a 10 in my mind.
Yeah.
I was like, I ain't got nothing else for you. Yeah, like, I ain't got nothing else for you. I'm bruised now. I'm, you know, ass cheek hurting. You know what I mean? Like, you know, ankles hurting, you know, all that. And I'm like, what? I don't know what else. Even Pooch was kind of looking like, all right. Like, where are we going from?
What are we trying to do?
Yeah, like, so I was like.
How much more?
Yep. And so, you know what? In that moment, I was like, I get it. Don't worry about what people are thinking. Don't worry about, because you got to remember, we got about 80 people and crew all around us. And then you got about another 30 of just onlookers. So you have a huge ass crowd of people watching you do this. So that plays in your mind a little bit if you haven't broken that barrier of like, I don't want to look too stupid, you know, or make too ugly of faces, you know, because what people gonna be watching the TV or at home, and then these people out here. So that shame side of being human, worried a little bit. You're like, I'm gonna do a good job, but also I'm a little worried about the faces I make. Shit like. In that moment, I was just like, he's not getting what he's wanting, and I know he's got a phenomenal eye as a director.
That's dope.
So he sees something that we're still not quite there yet. And so I was like, okay, we really need to release and just let this shit go and just flow. You know what I mean? And let what happens happen.
Yeah.
At the highest level. And we said action, and we did that shit. This time when we're doing it, though, I mean, we took it up we took it up so high that it was like, if this ain't it, bro,
you ain't getting it.
I don't know what else. Only thing I could think of is we come back flipping into the scene. Like, there's nothing else after this. And so we did it, and even Pooch, you know, same thing when he got to the window. Me, where I start out in the scene, I open the door, and I'm like down on one knee, and the camera's in there, and it pans back as I'm getting up to then take off and run around the car, and it comes out. And in that moment, I'm sitting there. Now I got tears in my eyes. You know, I'm running around the car. We on 100. You know what I mean? Doing the scene and whatnot. And basically, long story short, by the time we got to the end when he said cut, And he was like, now that's what I needed.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know, and the whole audience, all the people standing out there is just like, whoa.
That's dope.
See, I heard an acting teacher actually say it like this. He was like, I'm just trying to push myself to that point. I'm trying to push myself to a point. And he was like, stop doing that. And I was
Don't
like, what
try.
you mean? He was like, it's not a push, it's a release.
Yeah.
And it just kind of, it stuck with me ever. And I never quite reached it, but now make sense listening.
And
to
it's like, it's almost like it's not a possession, but you kind of got to think of it like a possession. Like, I got to release me and let the character do what it wants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No matter how I look.
Let it take over.
You know what I mean? If I look stupid, if I'm sitting there with snot pouring down my face, it is what it is.
Be completely in the moment, yeah.
So how do you not get, because I thought that this was powerful when you said, I know that the director is great at what he does and he has an eye, so he's seeing something in me I'm not seeing in myself. How do you step outside of self, like where you're not like aggravated, or where you're feeling like, damn, I'm really giving my best here, and step outside of your head to say, you know what, they're seeing something better in me then?
Well, it's not a thing to be insulted over. It's a thing of, you have to remember, even if you're doing a scene like Will Smith, I Am Legend, where most of the movie he's alone. So on set, he's the sole actor.
Right.
You know what I mean? The whole time. And you can't get into that mode and think you're so great that you don't need anybody else, or your way is the only way. It's a team effort. You got to be thinking team the whole time. You know what I mean? Just like if we get into a room full of, you know, people, we got to fight our way out, stuff like that. It's just me and you, and go, all right, look, let's get back to back.
Right.
I know you handle business, you handle that, I'll handle this side. If something gets around me, I'll let you know, because you can't see it.
Right.
But you'll be ready for it. You'll know to prepare for that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when you think of it as a team collective, from the PAs to the Teamsters, where they put stuff, and all the way up through the crew, the directors, producers, everybody's working a job on purpose. There are no jobs on a set that's useless or for no reason.
They're there for
even the smallest minute thing, you know, is for a reason.
It's absolutely necessary.
So when the people, it's
real.
It's like an orchestra. An orchestra sounds beautiful, but let one of the violins go off, start doing his own thing. It's gonna ruin the whole song for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, so when a director, you got to trust the process and trust the director you're working with, trust the people you're working with, and when they bring something up to you, not be like, yeah, I know everything. No, you're like, okay, they're seeing. I can't see the whole field. I'm the player on the field.
Right.
I can't see everything, but they can.
Yeah.
And he's letting me know there's another route you can go. That's a better route.
That's dope.
You know what I mean?
That's dope.
So you don't combat it. You go, okay. All right, let me dig into my toolbox and let me pull out some new tricks. You know what I mean?
I come back. I gotta come back.
Like, do you? Are you like, man, I know what I'm doing? Like, I'm
like, leave me alone, man. Nah.
Right.
But let me just tell my story right quick. There's a movie I did called See You Yesterday, right? And in this particular scene, the cops just shot my best friend. And I'm like, one of the cops got me on the ground, like he's kneeling on my back, and he has me on the ground. And he's first and foremost, we in the middle of Brooklyn. There's no trees nowhere. The ground is so hot. And I got asthma.
Right.
And pushing my chest against the ground.
Right.
So they're doing that scene or whatever to where nobody else was acting. It's just me. Now the camera's on me. So, and I have to pretend like somebody's over there and something is going on. So I'm like, yo, get off him. And he said, it's not enough. I was like, it's not enough, bro. Like, the ground is hot, brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? So then I just released. I was like, yo, to where it's almost to where I'm almost crying. But I'm really crying because the ground is so hot. And I can't breathe. You know what I'm saying? Get off him. Get off him. I'm like, nigga, get off me. You know what I'm saying? But they end up not using none of the screaming. But I look back, I'm like, no, because everything just got quiet. Like they put the sentimental music and everything. I said, all that damn screaming I did, man. I lost my voice that day, and then I had to come back with my same voice the next day. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So, but it was definitely one of those things to where in my head I'm like, I look stupid. I'm on the ground. I'm screaming at nothing. All these people looking at me. Then when I got up, it was like, yo, I felt that. I felt it.
I definitely
felt it, man.
It feels good.
But that Rob says something that is the exact key. When you're in those, because I've been in those positions, either on gravel and it's digging in my hands, or on my knees and I got rocks in my knees and I'm sitting there in the scene like, They're like, no, that pain in my face is real.
Yeah.
There's rocks in my knees.
Legitimate.
You know what I mean?
It's real.
But it's understanding, when you're people think acting, I'm not saying you, I'm saying just in general, people think acting is just a bunch of fluff and they just, treat you like royalty and nothing can ever happen to you if you're in any kind of pain or discomfort. They stop and they fix it, and it's all acting.
Good luck with that.
A lot of that stuff is real, and you have to take and use all the elements around you. If you're in an environment, even if it's a built-up set, and when you walk into a set, you should look everywhere and look and see everything. So then when you're in the middle of the scene, anything you can use to make that scene real is part of it. Tom Sizemore, never forget, he taught me a lot, and not even him directly teaching me, but just me watching him. I was like, and this was, shout out to Tom, but at the time he was, in the headlines for the drug use and all that other stuff and whatnot. So he was getting smaller films, sans me getting on this film that he happens to be on. And so I got and this is somebody who's stood opposite Denzel, stood opposite Tom Hanks, all the big dogs. So I'm looking, I instantly am like, this dude has stood with the kings of this shit. He was once one, Yeah. And so his talent is still there. He just had these other personal issues. So I'm like, I'm excited to just watch this dude because I watched his movies and he was a beast in the movies. But watching him in action, and I was like, yo, I would have done that so plain. When I seen what he did, because I was still kind of learning too as an actor what we can do, what are our limits, what are not our limits. And we're in a prison. We're doing this scene. We're in a prison. I'm on the weight bench, me and my guys at the weightlifting section. There's a basketball court and then some more yard and other shit going into the building, right? So he's got to walk all the way from this building. And the scene is I'm lifting the weights. And as the bar is going up, the camera is facing that way, and the bar is going up and down the camera. And you're seeing him walk all the way, to that. In the pages, it just says he comes out the building and he walks through the basketball court to the my character, right? So me, if I was doing it at that time, I'd have just walked out of the building and went, trolloping through the basketball court, got all the way to the guy and started saying my lines. But this dude, they say action. Now it was kind of fucked up because they didn't give me fake weights, right? So even though what he was doing was dope as shit, I'm bench pressing real weights. You know how long some of them scenes can go, especially when one of the actors starts way off somewhere else. And I got to keep the bar moving back and forth on the camera, right? Yeah. So I'm sitting there and they're like, oh, he's a big dude, he lifting stuff. So normally sit down and bench press, anywhere from 8 to 12, right? So I'm on like 19, like, I need him to hurry his ass up, right? Right. But he comes out and I'm watching this dude. He comes out, he looks around, he's walking. Like he looks like he really fucking works there at that prison. And then he's yelling at people running by, hey, such and such. He walks through and some other funny shit happened that he probably shouldn't have did, but it was great for the scene, so he walks by, there's a little bathroom hut like in the middle of the field, and he's walking by that, and this kid, this young dude comes out the little bathroom thing. He's an extra. And he comes out the little bathroom thing where they told him to go, and he's standing outside that thing. He goes over there, he's fussing at him and stuff, right? Smacks the shit out of him, right? And really smacks him, right? They had to pay this dude. So they did. He smacks the dude, right? And then he walks over to the basketball court, and they're playing ball, and he catches the ball, like interrupts a pass, catches it, throws it up to shoot it. He's like, what I tell you about such? He starts cracking on telling the dude, I got your favorite pack of Kool-Aid, because they use Kool-Aid as lipstick in prison. So he's basically like calling him gay or whatever. And like he's having this whole interaction that's not in the script. Really? Right? But he makes his way through to me, and by the time he makes it over to where I'm at, you realize he's that asshole, corrupt CO. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he comes over to me. Now the funny thing is, I done been lifting his weight so damn long. So the scene was, I go up there, and when he gets to me, I'm kind of ignoring him, and I bring the weight down for the last time, and he grabs it and leans in on the weight, on the bar, keeping it on my chest, right? And he's like talking shit, but then I'm like, I'm all Superman, so I'm like, dude, what? Fuck you, boom. And I push through him, trying to push it down, and I rack it. I sit up and we start talking. My chest so tired by this point. I go to lift that shit. It's like, boom, he's saying his lines. I'm just like, and then comes time for me to push through it. And they're like, he finishes his line. I'm like, and they're like, Dom, this is where you push it up.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It ain't going.
Hey, Tom, go ahead and pick that up, cuz.
But my point is, I watched this dude. He didn't walk through the environment. He entered the environment, if that makes any sense.
I like that.
Like everything in his fucking path
I think of Denzel
was part of his scene. It was part of it. Let you like I'm sitting there. It was so bad. They did the turnaround on him, and he's doing it again. And I'm just sitting. I'm not lifting weights at this time. I'm sitting there watching. And by the time he gets to me, I'm so flabbergasted that they're like, Dom, that's you. Oh.
You snap into it.
So, because I was
it?
blown away. Like, I'd never seen an actor, because at that time I was doing the smaller movies. So I wasn't seeing,
that level
like,
of talent.
top line. Yeah, that level of talent. And I was soaking it up. Like, I'm in class at the time. You know what I mean? I'm watching this dude. I'm going to school.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Right. And just using the elements in your environment.
You steal from the best.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I learned to do that. Whenever I go into a scene, everything in there, unless they're like, Dominic, there's only one vase. Our department don't have another one. So y'all, please don't break this stuff. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave that alone. You know what I mean? Or ask, like, hey, another prime example, All Eyes on Me.
The plate.
The plate. That wasn't planned when I stabbed the fork through the plate. You feel me?
Fire,
that was just me feeling the scene, and I stabbed too hard.
That scene made that movie, man.
Yeah, and I went through the plate, and they were like, but they weren't set up to catch that. So like, you think you could do that again? And I was like, I wasn't planning to do it this time, but I don't see why not. So we did it again, and they set up to catch it, and fortunately it worked right. Wow. But it was just using everything in your scene. Everything in there is part to be used.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Right, even people. And sometimes it's going to be painful. Like my man, what's his name? He played Tony Soprano. I'm trying to remember.
I know you're talking about. I can't remember his name, though.
I can't remember. Sorry. He's a great actor.
Rest in peace.
But like one of the things.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
John something, isn't it?
He passed, yeah.
Oh, yeah, damn. Yeah, R.I.P. But one of the things he used to do, they said, for him to get in, because remember, if you watch The Sopranos, his character was the boss, but he just seemed always kind of annoyed and unhappy. Even when he was doing happy things, he was still like kind of unhappy.
Slightly irritated.
So what he would do is put a rock in both his shoes under his heel. So all day long, he's got these rocks digging in his heel all day while he's walking around. Just so he could just constantly be like in an annoyed state.
Slightly irritated.
You know what I mean? So a lot of that, what you see on his face in all the scenes is this dude's rocks digging in his heels all day while he's doing the scene. That kind of dedication, you know what I mean? Like utilizing that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What?
They want to write some shit on the screen.
You about to say, if y'all please talk about something else so people don't zone out. No.
Ain't nobody gonna zone out on this.
Oh, no, they gave us a name, Jason.
No,
James.
James. Oh, what's the last?
James Gandolini. Yeah.
I thought it was John.
He was one of the best.
Yeah, really good dude.
Dang, I forgot that he passed. That sucks,
I did too, man.
I wanted to see him in some more stuff. Like, I don't even watch movies like that. But The Sopranos, that was a show, right?
Yeah.
It was a full show. I don't even watch stuff like that.
It was the show.
I was sad when they took the game off. I mean, I know it's not the same type of thing, but I loved the game. I thought it was so good.
I wasn't ready for that.
Really?
I wasn't ready for that.
I know, right?
Because we went from that to the game.
I know. No, because when he was talking about Pooch, I
was thinking like the Game of Thrones.
But I thought it was so bomb.
I loved it until they started switching up too much. The last season, I was like,
the network,
it was different.
When they switched the network, it's like they took the essence out of it.
That's true.
Certain essence it had.
It was right. It was different.
I think it went to BT or something like that.
They moved it to something.
It went from CW to BT.
Yeah.
They moved to BT.
It kind of just switched.
Yeah, it wasn't that raw.
I enjoyed it like the first 2 episodes when it went to BT.
Yeah.
But it was when all the switch ups started coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then they wanted to go to more dramatic route. But that's a lot of people don't know also a lot of things that were going on in Hollywood and why the CW was dropping. The game was like one of their leading shows when they dropped it. It wasn't low in ratings.
Why would they drop that?
Well, they dropped that, and you got to go back. So you remember UPN?
Uh-huh.
So you remember UPN started making shows, and the networks were trying to figure out, all right, we got all this mainstream money. How do we get the black audience? How do we start getting some of their money, right? Because one of the typical thing they do in entertainment, period, sports, music, film, television, is we use, the black audience as a foundation. That sparks us off because they'll watch or participate in anything. They'll just be happy to have something.
And music.
And they'll build their money up off that. And then they go, okay, now let's go do the real shit we want to do that we got the money.
Let's go international.
Forget the black audience, right? Then they go mainstream, which is white people.
Black people made it cool.
Right. Same thing. You seen it happen with Pink. They built Pink up on the hip hop part.
Yeah.
Then she went rock once she was big. And you seen it with Justin Timberlake.
I was just about
He came out of NSYNC. And they were like, "Oh, Solo, we need you to actually work. Let's sell you to the black people first. They'll co-sign you.
Yeah, they try
and
to
then
do
you
it
go
with
to your
Justin
pop
Bieber.
stuff, right?
They try to do it just Bieber. It didn't work that well.
Right, and you
It
got
kind of worked though.
Justin, a brother to me,
Yeah,
man.
That's
Damn.
what they want you to think. That's how it works.
Justin, a part of the homies.
Justin is a white dude from Canada. He's nowhere brother. I like Justin.
Nah, but he's cool. He's like
I like him.
You know what I'm saying? You could take him in the hood and he gonna be chilling.
Yeah, you be good.
I seen that video. They was about to
When
do
they
a man
made him
in the hood.
do the sit-ups, the
yeah.
push-ups.
Yeah.
No.
He was
They
from
made him
Canada
sing
that
and
day.
everything. He was like singing. He was like singing and stuff, doing push-ups.
Damn.
What was that on?
I just saw that.
Messing around
It's
in
like
the
a
hood.
clip. That's on
Oh,
Instagram.
man.
Damn.
Made him do
No,
push-ups and
his
shit.
car messed up in the hood, and he was out there by himself. That's what
Yeah.
happened.
That's
Like
how you know
something
God
happened with
has
his
a sense
whip.
of humor.
I don't know if it was the tire, but something happened with the car.
It was like,
And
yo,
everybody,
sing,
all the
boy.
dudes came. He was like, "Yo, sing. Let me see you do push-ups."
Dance, though.
He playing it cool.
He was like,
"Ooh, ooh," and he did more than like what they said to do. And he was
Was
like,
it
"All
on
right."
Punk'd or something?
No, it was just like they
Nah.
filmed it like
He
put
was
it on
in the
social
hood.
media.
Real life.
This is a real life shit.
And they
It's
told
real out
him to
here,
do
these
push-ups.
They made that man do push-ups, G.
man.
But no, my point is, so with UPN had popped up, and UPN was small, so they couldn't compete with the Foxes and NBCs and all of that shit, right? So they were like, well, cool, we do what they always do. Let's make black shows and appeal to the black audience and build up our bank accounts, and then we can go do the stuff we really want to do, right? So they went and did that, started coming up Girlfriends, the Parkers and other stuff. UPN was like the black network for a while, right? They had all them shows. Then once they built up, then they started dropping them. You know what I mean? Like, we got the money now, so
That
cutting
sucks.
shows, doing high ratings.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not talking about shows that were tanking. Like, in high ratings, and they're like, okay, we want to do some more mainstream stuff, right? So, but then once they did that, their other shit didn't work because they were like, the white people are not coming over here, or the Asians or whoever else. We're getting rid of black shows, but we thought they would come, but they're not coming. So now we're losing black audience and they're not coming. So, oh shit, we're starting to tank. So then, but they had the formula. So then Warner was like, hey, well, we want to appeal to the black audience as well. You guys seem to know what you're doing. How about we come together? And because remember, they had the WB. How about we take the WB, which they tried with the Marlon and what was that? The brothers?
The
The Wayans show, right? And that was a great show. But yeah, and there were a few others that didn't quite work, but that show worked, and a few others were kind of working. They're like, we need somebody who really knows what they're doing.
With Malcolm and Eddie, Malcolm and Eddie.
And so they got with UPN and was like, how about we merge and form the CW? So it was like, cool, we got all the money. You guys got the formula. Let's do it. And they were like, hell yeah, because we'll die otherwise.
Yeah.
So they formed up, created the CW, right? And back to the plan, though. And Warner, the WB, they wanted to use UPN's formula to again, build up their bank accounts, right? So they built up their bank accounts even bigger. They threw out all the black shows. There's black shows coming out left and right. Black people's like, finally, they're showing us some respect. Then when the money got built up, then they came along with the idea of the hour-long drama, right? And they were like, that's what started this whole what you see shows are now. They're like basically little long movies, right? Came from the hour-long dramas. And so then they were like, okay, now we're starting to do this stuff. Now we're starting to come with the One Tree Hills. We're starting to come with the Buffy the Vampire Slayers and the
Surface.
shows like that, right? But there's not room for all of them. They were like, well, we don't need the black shows
they
anymore.
put that Superman show on there, right? Was that the
Yeah.
Like, what was it called? You don't remember?
I know what you're talking about. He's a teenager.
Yeah, something.
Yeah. Smallville.
Small.
And so they start cutting off the black shows, even with high ratings. The game was in that lineup.
Yo, bruh, you are horrible with a poker face, but G.
I missed
Like
something.
your poker face sucks.
Y'all know me too well.
Your poker face sucks so bad, bruh. If the FBI comes, let me handle the conversation. Shit. It's like, gosh, damn.
I see Smallville and look off. Like, let me just say something.
This nigga right here.
But so for the people at home,
Crazy.
so they started getting rid of shows like The Game and others because they weren't serious hour-long dramas. Right? We don't need them. We need space. We need primetime space. These shows are in the way of our primetime space.
Yeah.
So let's get rid of them. We're filling it with hour-long dramas, but then the hour-long dramas didn't include us. So then you look up and the CW makes a whole change.
Whole
from,
new network.
It's like the Black Network to, hey, what happened? Where's our shows?
And then the frog came back in.
Yeah, Frog came in like
Frog came right back in
Frog.
like, welcome to
Saturday
the
morning,
CW
the
now.
cartoon.
Yeah, the CW, the WWW, no
WBC.
Negroes. I mean,
Listen, I saw something
WB.
crazy on that channel one night. I'm pretty sure it was that channel.
What was it?
Crazy.
What happened?
I remember I like videoed it, so it's like super late. Okay, let me just. Maybe it wasn't the CW. I think it was though. No, but I'm like watching like it's like some show, and then it goes to commercial, and it's late. It's probably like 1 a.m.
I used
right?
to hate that.
Yo, listen, this little like monkey thing comes on the TV. Like I'm like, what's up with this little? Yo, this damn monkey comes out, and it's like dancing across the screen, and then it grows like this tail. So the tail is like forked. And then it like turns into like this devil freaking. It was a cute. Yeah, listen, it was so bugged out. You know how you can like I was recording whatever I was watching. Yo, I rewinded that thing and videoed it. It was like, yo, sending out to all my people. Like, do y'all see? Have y'all ever seen this shit? Listen, it didn't even like. This was probably like maybe a year or two ago. It didn't even like. There was no follow up. It was no like, oh, go to this or like look at this. It just it happened so quick. I thought I was bugging.
It sounded like you was watching anime.
Yo, nah, I was watching like a show, and it went to this commercial, and this what got my attention. It was just like all black, and you just see the things. So I'm like looking at it like, why do they got this little monkey thing? Like, where's it? I want to see what this is about.
Yeah.
And it just like changed to something else. I'm telling you, it had like the freaking like the forked tail. The ears got big. I'm like, what the? And then it just like looked at the camera and just went to another commercial. It was the weirdest.
That is. What would you have done if it would have just been a monkey and he's just dancing around like that, and he was like, "Hi."
Out of bounds. I'm like, it's your house now.
No, but what if he was like doing his little dance? He's like, "Yo, I'm Taekwon."
I probably would have laughed. I still,
you would have laughed.
I would have laughed.
I'd have been mad as hell.
I would have laughed.
You got a monkey up there named Taekwon.
Right.
Touché.
Yeah, but
like, come on, son.
But you gonna giggle at first. But you gonna the first few seconds you gonna giggle like a motherfucker.
I want to. Do you still have it?
I need to see if I can
I'm
find
gonna look it up
I
till
feel
I
like it
find
was
it.
my old.
Probably one
Let me
of
see
your
if
old
I can look
phones.
it up.
Okay, yeah.
It was my old phone.
Too.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I know I sent it to people, and I know people was like, "Yo, what the?" Because I was like, I need to get this. So I went back, rewinded it back, and I was like, "Yo, let me." It was I've never seen anything. Listen, to this day, whenever I'm watching TV late at night, I'm like, "Let me just see something." But I don't really watch a lot of TV like that. For me to just be like, but I was just watching TV this night, and I was watching something I recorded. You know what I'm saying? That thing came up, and I was like, "What the hell is this about?" It was the weirdest thing.
All right.
My man, so
There you go.
we ended up not even talking about the actual topic, but we talk about dope shit. So I was just like, fuck it, let's vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so we vibed out, talked about some really cool stuff. You know what I mean? Congratulations to everybody working hard and popping off. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Flying places. You know what I mean? Rob is
Yes.
back at it. Wavyy going to Australia. You know what I mean? I'm filming. SDOT
You
going.
know what? Don't do it.
SDOT going on
Don't
trips.
do it.
That's going on trip.
SDOT going on.
Look.
Go on your trip, girl.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
SDOT going on
Oh,
trips.
Boricua.
Trips.
I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what they're talking about, guys.
So and be careful. Take your vitamin C. Take all your supplements
Yes.
because it's
Echinacea.
flued out season. You know what I mean? And
Definitely.
So
Some elderberry.
Yeah, some elderberries flew on them out. You know what I'm saying? But nah, on the.
I like how you did that though. You like how you did that?
Elderberry, you know.
Nah, you didn't get how.
We just gonna keep moving.
I love how you did it.
It's flu season.
I'm a fan. I want to point out the shot.
That's two, yo.
I had to point out the shots. Go ahead, G.
You got it.
Y'all don't understand, but shots fired over here.
Ain't no shots fired.
You know, my girls and I, we gonna take a trip, have a good time.
Damn, he just blew that all up. He couldn't even.
I don't even understand what this like.
Cause that sucked. That didn't even sound believable.
No, we are.
Yeah. They're
What's
gonna be
her
on your
name?
phone.
That ain't none of your business.
Tanisha and
Why
them.
you all in my business?
Tanisha and them.
Okay.
All right.
But look, you know, so because we didn't even stick to the topic today. I know you got something dope. You got to anchor this down and bring it out. You know what I mean? Give us something different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna pass the ball over to you.
I'm gonna talk from like a real perspective of what I'm feeling.
Oh snap!
I'm gonna close y'all out with this word because y'all know I always like to give something uplifting. So I was feeling sometimes, when people are doing great things and beautiful things, right? Mm-hmm. I'm one of those people. I'm so happy and it fuels me. It excites me. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times you may feel like, well, damn, when is it my turn?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, when do I, and you know what I mean? And and we've all been there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so anybody who might be watching this or like hearing people like, yo, we're doing this, we're doing that. Mm-hmm. I have felt it. You know what I mean? And I can be extremely hard on myself where I'm like, well, damn, man, I really want to like do this and I want to do that. And I feel like maybe things aren't moving as fast as I may want them. So I want to encourage anybody listening that the time comes for everybody, and like move in your space, move in your pocket, and know that when it's your time, it is your time. You know what I'm saying? Be happy for people and support your people because your people will support you. Mm-hmm. And do what you do. Soul love.
The love of soul.
You know where that, can I say this? You know
Soul
where this
Train,
comes from? No.
Oh. What?
First of all, it's my brand, Soul Love. But the reason why is because I made a vow to myself, right, that I would not go against my own people. And like, even if people pissed me off, I'm going to try really hard not to go against my own unless I'm just in a position that I cannot help myself. So I said to myself, I'm going to really love people. I always move in love anyway, but I'm going to love people from the soul. Because if you love somebody from your soul, that's the purest form of love that there is. It gets no purer than that. So that's where soul love came from.
So not Don Cornelius.
No.
Okay.
From the soul.
Soul Train.
We love y'all. We appreciate you.
Yes,
and we thank you
y'all.
for cutting up with our asses.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Why they got us cutting up? Why they got us cutting up?